My name is Dr. Frederic Oladeinde, former Commissioner for Transportation and a transport consultant. The Lagos State Parking Authority is saddled with the responsibility of regulating parking, and this includes on-street parking, off-street parking, and all kinds of parking. So, there's some people that park on the road, dedicated space on the road. You have the multi-story car parks, which is off-street parking, and then you have setbacks. And what we currently have in Lagos is a situation where nobody is responsible for all this parking. You have area boys that come in and charge people. The local government come in and they charge people, and so businesses are paying to, in some cases, more than three entities. And LASPA, as they're called, has been saddled with the responsibility of streamlining the whole process so that people know that they're only paying to one entity. And so in the case of on-street parking, for example, we are looking at areas in Lagos where we can provide parking. People can park on the street, quickly hop into a store or maybe a market, carry out their activities, and then come back and then they move on. And this is very important for generating economic activities in cities such as Lagos, maybe Kano, but in our case, Lagos. So LASPA has been saddled with that responsibility of demarcating areas where people can park, working with the private sector to provide off-street parking, and ensuring that the setbacks that we have across the state is used properly. Where we can park, we would provide parking. Where we feel that it's necessary to beautify, they would advise the agency that's responsible to actually beautify. Apart from that, the most important thing is that the regulation of parking is a very powerful tool for managing traffic in Lagos. And for somewhere like Lagos, parking demand is a function of the land use. So in a situation where you don't have so much economic activity, LASPA objective is to ensure that they match the demand with supply. But in areas such as the island where you have markets, people come in, people buy goods, and then they move out. The objective of LASPA is to ensure that efficient trips come into Lagos, do business, and then move out of Lagos. And you do that by ensuring that you provide the adequate amount of parking space where people can park, attracting foot traffic so that they can do their business, and then provide security to ensure that when they park their cars, people are secure that they're not paying. Their cars will be there when they come back. They're not paying to touts or anybody. They're only paying to one entity. So it's transparent, it's efficient, and it gives the city a good image. So apart from that, there are creative ways. There's a lot of technology that LASPA has deployed and will continue to deploy just to make sure that parking is efficient, parking is seamless, and we are able to attract the right amount of trip into Lagos. And that's why it's important to also have a good quality public transport alongside parking. And that's why you find LASPA working with agencies such as LAMATA, LBSL, LASWA, just to make sure that there's an integrated approach to the way in which we manage traffic in Lagos. Lagos Parking Authority was set up to actually regulate parking, just to ensure that people can come into Lagos and do business. And where we need to provide parking in a seamless manner, just to ensure that people can get down, park conveniently, be comfortable that their cars are safe, and then when they finish their business, to get out. Parking is a necessary consequence of the movement of people and goods within and into a city. And when you look at Lagos, where we have the outskirts of Lagos, such as Ikorodu, Ekpe, and inner Lagos, such as Lagos Island, where people do a lot of business. Outside Lagos, the objective would be to match the demand for parking with supplies. And within Lagos, where a lot of people come in to do business, the idea would be to control the amount of people that come in and to organize your parking in such a way that people can come in, park their car, do their business, and then get out of the city as seamless as possible. So the Lagos Parking Authority was set up to actually regulate parking. Parking can be chaotic if it's not well organized, and it is also a tool that can be used to attract a lot of people to do business in your city and then transact and then get out once they're finished. So the idea of providing parking is to ensure that when people come into your city, the first impression is actually important. And when people see that they can park conveniently, safely, do their business, and then leave your city, they will be encouraged to come back and do more business. And that's good for Lagos because that creates more employment, it creates more economic activities, and it just ensures that Lagos continue to be a competitive city. So the role of the Lagos State Parking Authority is to make sure that they regulate traffic and parking in such a way that we don't cause congestion. People do not park indiscriminately in Lagos, and just to ensure that when people come in and then they park their cars, they know that their cars are secured, and it creates a good impression of the city. So when we created the Lagos State Parking Authority, the idea was that we wanted to remove the chaos that we met on ground. The current situation then was that a lot of people create parking lots, area boys come in, they charge people. So your local government is charging, the area boys charge, Lagos State will charge, and then sometimes in some areas, federal government will charge. So people were not sure who they were paying to. And it was very important that we streamline that process and then bring in a system that ensures that people know who they are paying to. People are secured with the payment system. The payment system is seamless, and people know that their cars are safe where they're parked. Over time, I see LASPA expanding, ensuring that it's not just about providing traffic, but it's about providing a green environment. So by providing adequate parking, by providing information to let people know where there's parking, where there's no parking, you can see that that can drive down greenhouse gas emission, and that improves our quality of life. And working with other agencies in such a way that all modes of transportation work are integrated and work hand in hand. It's a very essential function of LASPA. So I want to give kudos to LASPA for what they've done so far. I know that over time, the whole city will be divided into sections, and it will be concession. And it's important that the right people are given that concession right so that we can manage, we can enforce, and ensure that people are comfortable coming into Lagos. First impression coming into Lagos is very important. When people come in and they see that they can park their cars and then do business seamlessly, they will come back. And that's what Lagos needs now. We need to continue to drive economic activities, but a conducive parking environment is very essential in ensuring that people come in, mingle, do business, and it keeps Lagos competitive and with more employment being created.